Guys, welcome back to another episode of EdgeMasterGaming, and today we're going to be covering all of the mystery box weapons for Project Lazarus in my own personal tier list. I know that while you all have been waiting for this, I'm sure that there are many of you who will not agree with the rankings of these weapons, and that's okay. I'm also sure that this list will spark many conversations in the Project Lazarus community, and I think it's going to be great. You guys are amazing, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. But like we always do, before we get started, if you happen to like the Project Lazarus content on this channel, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And don't forget to check out the links like my Twitch, Discord, and other great videos from this channel, all of which will be included in the description box below. Alright guys, let's get started. There are currently 26 mystery box weapons in Project Lazarus, and like before, we'll start at the lowest end of the spectrum. Also, every gun that is covered here will be done so with the essential perks like double tap and speed cola enabled. Jumping right in, we begin with the E tier, which stands for easy to die. As in, one has to play with these weapons with near perfect execution because it's way too easy to die. First on our list at number 26 is the Crossbow. The pros for this weapon are that it's lightweight, which allows for ease when maneuvering around the horde, and the fact that its damage can stack infinitely at 0.5% with every headshot performed is great. But the fact that you can only fire one arrow that doesn't do piercing and the reload takes what seems like an eternity when you have a horde coming for you easily puts this as the worst weapon in Project Lazarus. Next, we move on to the D tier for Don't Even Bother. At number 25 on the list is the M249 Saw. The M249 can one-shot up to round 17, has a large stock of ammo reserves, and has increased fire rate thanks to the use of the Frenzy module. Its cons are that it falls off in damage at round 27, causing you to run through your reserves rather quickly. In addition, it has a lengthy reload time and severely hinders your movement speed. In at number 24, we have the RPD. The RPD is pretty much in the same boat as the M249 when it comes to its cons. However, what separates the two, making this one slightly better, is the Scrapper module. The fact that you can kill zombies and replenish your ammo reserves 20% of the time is pretty good. And at number 23, we have the Gustaf M2 launcher. I have to say that out of all the weapons that have been added to this game, this one is probably the most disappointing out of them all. Sure, when packed, you have a weapon that does significant damage, has rapid fire, and can hit multiple targets in the later rounds. But if you're within the blast radius, you can get disoriented, even causing you at times to face a different direction. Because of this, you can easily be overrun. Next at number 22, we have the HK416. This gun carries a decent amount of ammo, can one-shot up to round 18 when packed, and has decent reload time. So you're probably wondering why I gave it such a low score, and the answer is the tactical maneuver module. This has got to be one of, if not the worst modules in the game. If you reload, you'll get a speed boost for 3 seconds. The issue is, if you try to run after the reload, it may cancel the speed boost, so I find it quite annoying. Alright guys, next is the C tier, which is for could be worse. At number 21 on our list, we have the DP-27. This gun is an LMG that was added late last year. It can one-shot up to round 19 and is easily identifiable due to its unique flying saucer look. While its Lordship module provides 150% damage and 40% recoil reduction, its damage begins to wane in the late 20s. Oh, and did I mention that in order to invoke the module, you have to stand completely still? I personally don't like this as I want the ability to be mobile when I play. Coming in at number 20, we have the R0635. The R0635 is a special gun that you can obtain when purchasing the M16 expansion pass. When packed, it can one-shot up to round 17. The good thing about this gun is the kill clip module. It grants 140% damage for 5 seconds when reloading after kills. The damage for this gun begins to fall after round 25, and to me, this gun is just another slightly better version of the MP5. Moving on, at number 19, we have the SCAR-HAMR. When packed, the SCAR can one-shot up to round 17 and carries 825 in reserves. This gun is actually pretty solid until round 31-ish. The Battle Scars module requires you to fire in short bursts in order to maintain the 150% fire rate. I would have liked the fire rate to last longer than 7 bullets, like maybe at least 1/3 of the magazine, but that's just me. In at number 18, we have the Glock 17. The Glock handgun is pretty awesome as it can one-shot up to round 19 when packed, has a very quick reload, and 240 in reserves. In addition, it carries the Echo Cobra module that converts it to a fully automatic gun and gives you a 15% movement speed increase by simply having the gun equipped. At number 17, we have the Tech 9. The Tech 9 is a handgun that can one-shot up to round 15 and carries 240 in reserves when packed. It does well during the mid-rounds, mowing down zombies since it's fully automatic. What makes it attractive is the 50 kill upgrade module, where there's a 50% recoil reduction and 125% damage increase at 50 kills. The only issue really is that because it's not that powerful, it can really eat up a ton of reserves in the late rounds. Alright guys, we're down to the Sweet 16. Do you guys think you can guess the order of the remaining guns? Well, let's see if you're right. We now enter the B tier, which stands for better than a few. At number 16 on our list, we have the Deagle. The Deagle is a very powerful handgun that can one-shot when packed up to round 32. While the gun can hold its own in the late 20s to early 30s, there's a couple of things that prevent it from reaching the A tier. The first is the reload time, which I've spoken on before, which seems to be a bit longer than it should for a handgun. And the other is the Double Seal module, where the last bullet in the chamber does 666% of damage. Having to waste 99% of your magazine to invoke one bullet isn't all that appealing to me. Coming in at number 15, we have the AUG A3. The AUG is a very fun assault rifle that allows you to zip through the enemy while tearing them to pieces. It's all due to the adrenaline module, where kills grant a fleeting move speed boost for 3 seconds. During the mid to late rounds in Project Lazarus, you can kill the zombies while simultaneously running circles around the enemy. Next up at number 14 is the F2000. The F2000 is an assault rifle with an extremely high rate of fire. When packed, it has 45 in the magazine and carries 360 in reserves. It has the opportunity module, which gives the user a 5% chance by granting a 200% damage buff for 5 seconds. However, because the damage begins to fall off during the later rounds, you'll begin to run out of ammo very quickly. At number 13, we have the M4 SOPMOD II. This is the second weapon that was introduced as part of the M14 expansion Game Pass. It can one-shot to round 16 and is pretty good until the early 30s. This gun is truly solid as it allows you to move as quickly while aiming down sights as you do without aiming at all, thanks to the use of the moving target module. Next up at number 12 is the M16A4. Like the M4, the M16A4 is just a solid weapon overall. When packed, this gun provides 330 in reserves and can one-shot up to round 19. But its strength comes from the 50 kill upgrade module. That's right folks, this gun shares the exact same module as the Tech 9, but instead of gaining the recoil reduction, it becomes fully automatic. At number 11 is the Masada. The Masada is an assault rifle that, as long as you can get past the loud firing when killing the zombies, you'll be able to see its great benefits. When packed, it has 35 in the magazine and 490 in reserves, but its defender module is where it shines. Each shot has a 15% chance to slow down the zombies and to perform 200% of damage. Coming in at number 10 is the MSSR. The MSSR is a sniper rifle and the last of the 3 guns out of the M14 expansion pack. What makes it qualified for top 10 status is its spare module, which provides an infinitely stacked fire rate at 10% with every 10 kills. The only issue in my opinion and why it doesn't belong in the A tier is because you're still limited by how fast you can pull the trigger. This gun reminds me of a slightly lesser version of the SL9 SD. Guys, we are now on tier A, which is for almost top tier. At number 9 on our list is the SL9 SD. The SL9 is one of the best assault rifles in the game thanks to the fast rate of fire and the stealth attack module. The module allows for the first 25% of the magazine to do 150% damage. If used correctly, this gun can be effective in the rounds of the early to mid 30s. And lastly, because of its fast fire rate, it can be very forgiving if you miss a headshot. In at number 8 we have the Barrett 50 cal. The Barrett 50 cal packs a serious punch. The sniper when packed can one-shot up to round 46. Its power is derived from the Littner anti-material module, which uses anti-material rounds while standing still. With all its power, the 3 major drawbacks for this gun is the insane reload time, the hindered movement speed, and lastly the loss of the anti-material rounds if you get pushed by the zombies. That's right folks, if you get pushed while standing stationary, you can't use the anti-material rounds at all. Coming in at number 7 is one of my favorites, the P90. The P90 is an SMG that is great mid to late game. It has a ton of ammunition, especially when packed. It was recently buffed by Logitech with a higher rate of fire and a reduction in recoil. On top of that, it has the Len module where kills give it a 10% damage increase for 5 seconds up to 150% damage. At number 6 we have the USAS-12. The USAS, while it doesn't make top 5, it definitely should have received an honorable mention in my top 5 guns video. This fully automatic extremely powerful shotgun, when packed, is not only a ton of fun, but can carry you to round 35 easily. The secret is in the floating dagger module, where kills grant a move speed boost for 2 seconds and every 4 kills grants a 150% damage buff for 5 seconds. The only issue with this shotgun is that it runs out of ammo way too fast in the higher rounds. Moving on to number 5 on our list is the Benelli M4. The Benelli M4 is a very powerful shotgun that when packed can one-shot to round 39. Even then, the shotgun with its quick rate of fire and reload makes it a great asset when playing either solo or with a team. One of the major benefits aside from being powerful is being able to carry 168 shells in reserves, and reloading 4 shells at a time thanks to the Better Tomorrow module. Guys, there are only 4 guns left. Did your list match up with mine so far? If not, that's okay. Let's go ahead and dive into our final 4 and move on to the S tier for a superior grade. Coming in at number 4 on our list is the AWP or AUG. The AUG is a great sniper rifle that's extremely powerful. With the quickscope module, you can one-shot zombies up to round 50. The way this is done is quickly firing right after aiming down sights, which does 175% of damage. On top of this, you'll need to perform all headshots, which should trigger air horns. The drawback for this weapon is having to load in between rounds, so if you miss a headshot, you'd better be prepared to run. At number 3 is the awesome AK-47. The AK-47 is my favorite assault rifle in the whole game. Thanks to the Lionheart module, which provides a 1% damage increase up to 200% permanently, I've been able to use it effectively even at round 43. And for our runner-up, which I'm sure may cause controversy, is the Dragunov SVU. The Dragunov has become my most favorite sniper in Project Lazarus. I know most won't agree with this, but while it's not as powerful as the other guns in its category, I feel that it's the most effective, and here's why. The fire rate for this sniper is really fast, and it can one-shot up to round 43. There's no loading in between shots, making this gun very forgiving if you miss a headshot. And then there's the multi-headshot module that allows you to chamber another round when performing 2 headshots with a single bullet. This gun successfully got me to round 45. And number 1 on our list, of course, as this shouldn't be a surprise, is the ray gun. The ray gun by far is the most powerful gun in Project Lazarus. While I personally don't like this gun myself, you can't deny how awesome it is. And the number 1 reason why this gun is on top of all the others is because of the Ruiner module, where the splash deals 25% of the target's max health as bonus damage. This is the sole reason why every zombie takes anywhere from 3 to 4 shots to kill, regardless of whatever round you're on. Plain and simple, if you want to increase your chances of getting into higher rounds on Project Lazarus, this gun needs to be in your loadout. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about my mystery box tier list. Do you agree with the guns here or disagree? I sincerely thank you all for being such great supporters of my channel. Also, please stay tuned for my next video covering the hardest challenge that I've ever had to do in Project Lazarus yet. And as always guys, remember to have fun, take care, and God bless.